Artemus Toast here, and as you can tell by the sign I was holding up, this is another video for my thoughts on movies and TV shows playlist. This one I'm talking about, I have the Amazon Primes, and with it I have the HBOs. So I guess that allows me to watch whatever may be playing or has played on the DirecTV or cable or satellite channel as well. Kind of like their it's like Netflix for HBO. So it has their series, and also has whatever new movies are on there, etc. What I'm talking about in particular is I guess a mini series called The Defiant Ones. Um, you know, I think it's all kinds of awesome. Trademark. Essentially, a quick rundown is it shows kind of the paths of Interscope Records, Jimmy Iovine, great, well-known producer, you know, uh, record exec, record company owner, just a brilliant mind in the music industry. Um, you know, his hand has been on something you have listened to. I guarantee it. I'm not going to go into his catalog. Um, I'm just talking about the miniseries, The Defiant Ones. So you have Jimmy Iovine, his upbringing and where he came from in the music business, and then you know you have Dr. Dre and his emergence, his various stages throughout the music business, DJ, producer, executive. Essentially, it's the growth of both these men in the music and business industry. It kind of in a way chronicles their rise, and then fortunately, their paths crossed, at some point, and they built a friendship and a great business relationship. You know, uh, it's a four-part miniseries. And forgive me, I'm not giving all the little details, but I think they're about an hour and a half a piece. You know, but it leaves you wanting to watch more because these are you know maybe you never heard of Jimmy Iovine. If you know anything about music, you should have. But without a doubt, everybody knows Dr. Dre, and it's really cool to see. Especially I've been in and out of the music business, and I've seen the ups and downs, and both these men experienced that, but you know they were brilliant, in their own ways, and together they accomplished some really amazing things. Most notably, obviously Interscope Records, Aftermath, which spawned, I mean, it's just, you know, once again, I'm not trying to, give every detail, but it's really, you know, these are common knowledge things, or people that know music. These are things that they know, but it's like it's nice to see the documentary style footage of how this came to be. I got off track there for a second, but going back to the business relationship, most notably Beats headphones, and it's really neat to see how they came about. I mean, obviously that's something that got bought for over $3 billion from you know by Apple, and I mean that's as far as business, that's all kinds of awesome. That's next level stuff. Um, but once again, it's really cool to see the rise of these two very integral parts of the music business. It's nice to see you got one man from New York City, one man from Los Angeles, Compton area, just you know about a decade apart, but once again, their paths crossed, and between the two of them, they're responsible for, a lot of very important, things. I mean, just look it up. Look up Jimmy Iovine's, production discography. Acts that he signed. The Interscope has signed. You know, Same thing with, obviously Dr. Dre, his production credits. Artists he is responsible or partly responsible for signing. You know, those two men brought you Eminem. It's amazing. The impact that they have had on the music industry and business, tech industry, as a whole. But the Defiant Ones is a documentary series on HBO. You could stream it on the Amazons. That's how I watched it. Highly recommend it. It's all kinds of awesome. Artemus Toast out.